Welcome to the Frisco podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Walker. I'm filling in today, and I'm happy because I get to chat with Angela Holt. How are you, Angela?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. So this is funny because this is not your first time joining us on the Frisco podcast, right?
Right.
So we love Jungle Joe's so much that we keep working with you and wanting to let people in Frisco know all about Jungle Joe's. So to do that, can we just start off with a quick kind of intro and recap kind of what is Jungle Joe's?
Absolutely, yes. So we are a cafe where kids can play. We call ourselves a kids cafe. We have the structure where the kids can run around and play and all different kinds of kids activities, arts and crafts, Monday through Friday. And the parents can come in and chill, relax. We're smaller than most indoor plays. And they can work, they can have coffee, they can have good food. And then we have other things like birthday parties and camps and all the other kid-related items as well.
So you are, 3.5 years into Jungle Joe's?
Yes, ma'am. 3.5 years.
You've probably learned a lot, right, by now, and I'm sure things are smoothing out. So some of the things I kind of want to ask you about that maybe have evolved or changed lately since some of our listeners have gone into Jungle Joe's. One thing I noticed last time I was in there, the menu. I feel like, and then I know that you do some specials. I saw chicken tacos or something the other day. So I feel like your menu has expanded and maybe evolved, and I don't know, all these things. So tell me about what you guys are doing over there on the cafe side of things.
Yeah, well, we have Jen, who has been an employee there for, almost 3 years now. So with her help, we've been able to bring on some new menu items over the summer. We had a really good roasted veggie wrap, and then we had a summer salad with fruit and tomatoes and cucumbers, and it was really good. And then she makes a phenomenal tortilla soup that we're bringing back on the menu for the winter that we're going to start doing here now that it's starting to get cold.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it is.
That's
good.
what I think is interesting. It's not, I've had plenty of mommy play dates or coffee play dates, right?
Right.
Or coffee meetups. But it's not your kind of typical, like, there's a croissant over there or a donut or, I don't know, pastries here and there. Like, it's full-blown, fresh, real food that you want to eat.
We make everything fresh. Yeah, nothing is frozen. We roast our vegetables. We make our soup. We make our salad dressings. It's quinoa power bowls. We do everything in-house. Yes.
So then let's talk about the day parts. So you have breakfast. What are all the different day parts of food you offer?
Yes, so we just brought on our brunch menu that we started less than a month ago. So now on Saturdays and Sundays, you can come in and not only order off our full menu, but we have a breakfast sandwich with eggs and bacon or sausage. We have really, really good homemade muffins that our weekend supervisor makes that are carrot with chocolate or carrot with nuts. They're fantastic. And then there's other things that we've always offered, like our breakfast taco and our veggie breakfast taco and different things like that. So there's a good variety of things that you can order on that menu as well. And that's served till 1 o'clock on Saturday and Sundays.
The brunch menu, the new brunch menu? Okay, I didn't know about that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
And I must say, let's talk about the age range, because I was going to talk about how I relate to Jungle Joe's. But what is the primary age range of the kiddos that are in there playing?
I usually say 8 and under.
Okay.
Now, older kids are welcome, but we are we're 3,500 square feet, and the structure is not huge. But that's the beauty of Jungle Joe's and the customer feedback we get is that it's not huge. Parents really can sit and have a nice lunch and talk to their mommy friends, and grandparents bring in their grandchildren. I actually speak to them a lot, and not just them, but a few of them have come up to me lately and just been like, thank you for having a place that we can come and hang out and not have to be running around everywhere chasing the kids.
Be comfortable.
Right.
And not, I have, thankfully, grandparents that help us with things too and with kids. And, chaos doesn't always work well for the grandparents.
No.
If they have any kind of fear of losing a kiddo or losing sight of them, it's not a comfortable place for them to be.
Exactly.
So that's a good point. What I was going to say is my kids have now aged out of really kind of that playground type of age group, but I've still been at Jungle Joe's recently. So it's kind of funny because if you have one of my best friends has a little toddler. And so sometimes we need a place where if I'm going to see her, it's got to be a kid-friendly place that she can bring him. So it's a good place even for if you don't have your own kiddos to come play, right?
Right, absolutely.
Come as a friend of a person who does, and let them have a minute.
And have some good lunch and hang out. Yeah, and adults are free, so we charge admission for the kids, but adults can come in and hang out and have lunch and we serve Mocha and Java's coffee there too, so we have really good coffee.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also have heard that you have a really good birthday party there too, right?
I think so. Yes,
What
it's a fabulous
What
party.
have you seen? Has your birthday parties changed at all over the few years that you've been open?
Yes and no. We've always gone to the same format, but we've really focused on we want the customers to not have to lift a finger if they don't want to. Our team is trained that when they walk in, even before, we call them before they party, and we go over all the fine details and make sure that we know their food order and we have everything ready to go. They walk in, the host will go over what to expect during the party, the timing of the party, and then the parents can go and relax and chat and entertain their guests and talk to them while we take care of everything.
That's nice. That's nice that you communicate with the parent before day of party.
Yes.
I've had plenty of parties where, maybe I have a little bit of a control issue and I do want to know what's going on. But I kind of have that anxiety, like, will I be able to bring this in? Or is someone going to be there hands-on helping me set this table up or checking kids in? All those little things. So it's nice that your staff communicates that with parents.
We do, yes. That Monday or Tuesday, we have all our parties in front of us. We call each and every one. We make sure we know that what they want, because we have a whole party menu as well. So not only can you order food at the cafe, but we have sandwich platters, panini platters, kids platters, different pizzas. We don't make the pizzas in-house, but we have somebody that we partner with. And yeah, we have a private party this weekend that ordered, a whole 50 different things for the party. So it's really good. It's more of a, not a catering, but they really are taken care of. They can have a full menu. Everybody can eat food, and it's not junk that you might get, somewhere else.
Yes. I bet the adults there especially appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's your average birthday party look like as far as how many kiddos come to that party?
So we have a few options. We have one room that includes 10 kids, another room that includes 15 kids, but then we also offer private parties, and those can have as many kids. Usually we say about 35 at the most, just because of the size of our space, and we want to make sure that they're safe while they're playing.
Yeah, so the private party, they get the whole place to themselves.
The whole place for 2 hours.
So 35. So if you invite the whole class or the whole class and your team and all these other people, you can fit mostly everybody.
Yes, we have a party of 80 this weekend. And then not 80 kids, but 80 total. And then even somebody called this week and booked a baby shower, that they have a ceremony that they do for the mother-to-be, and they booked it for 3 hours. So it's not just birthday parties that people can book the space. We've had holiday parties with that coming up. We've been promoting that as well for $100 off if you want to come. And you can order food from us, but we've had people that have brought in their own food. We charge a fee for doing that, but we've had parties where they had their holiday family get together there, so the kids can go run and play while the parents can also, there's our space is there for people to rent for any purpose that they want, and for the private parties you can BYOB as well. So so people do that. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I know.
The beauty of that is that you can go, and I mean, all of us who've had toddlers at some point and young kids, they're a mess. They make a mess. Your house is, I had a 5-year-old party at my house and thought, when everyone left, I thought, I will never do that again.
I know.
It's a disaster.
It is.
Leaves your house in a disaster. It's just a mess. So that is a big perk for the parents. You go and they can make a mess of somewhere else.
And we take care of it all. Yep.
That's
right.
what you're there for.
That's right.
Awesome. And so you also have, so what about if there's people standing around this party that wants to watch a game or something that might be on TV?
Yeah, we show football every Sunday. Well, really, we can do college football on Saturday too, but we advertise and promote that every Sunday we have football on, and they can come in and watch the game. Dads love it because they have a place that, maybe mom wants a day off and they can come in and watch the football games and then this year we also did a fantasy football league with 10 people.
Fun.
Yeah, there's 10 people that are on the league, and I really have been bad about keeping up with it because I know you're a big sports person, but
I
am not. So I keep asking my husband, like, we need to get on and like see where everybody's at and like figure it all out. But that was fun too to do the draft, and we all got to do that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Do you find that dads bring kiddos up like in the mornings on the weekends?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know if it's something new or not, but in my neighborhood in walking distance, there's a place that I might take my kiddos for like a donut or something every now and then. And we notice how many dads walk in there with their son or daughters, and it's just like some, dad and kid time on the weekend mornings. And I think it's so cool, but it's kind of funny, like everybody that walks in there lately has been a dad with their kids. So it's not just Jungle Joe's isn't just a mommy and me place,
no.
Right?
Dads, grandparents, anybody really. Yeah. Another family just came in. I think I told you that's why I was late today. A family that from McKinney, grandparents, they have their grandchildren for the week, and they came in to have lunch and hang out at Jungle Joe's. They had never been in before, so it's good. And I know them from other business networking and stuff, so it was good to see them come in.
So speaking of, somebody was there for lunch. This is also not a place that's just like pop in and you can stay for an hour and leave, but do you find that people that juggle work at home situations or whatever come up there and actually camp up for the day and work and they're there for a while?
Yeah, they get on our Wi-Fi and they stay for hours, and that also I think differentiates us too. It's not a time limit, and people come in the morning if they want to come back in the afternoon and they paid admission that day. We allow that too. So it's
the admission
really
doesn't
all day.
Change depending on
it's
how long
all day
you're there?
play. No.
Oh.
No, it really is come and stay. That's what we always envision, like having a place really where you can come. I mean, I'm a working mom, you're a working mom. Sometimes you have to have somewhere that you can really just go and not be like interrupt. Because then when you're at home too, you're interrupted every 5 minutes. Mom, mom, mom. So another mom came in last week and said that very thing. She's like, I knew I had like 2 hours of work still to do. And I thought, we're going to Jungle Joe's. And
Makes
they came
the kid
in.
happy, and you get to focus on what you need to do on your computer.
Exactly.
And then again, the house isn't being ransacked.
Yeah, and they make a mess, and you don't have to clean it up. It's perfect.
Yeah, so the all day play, right? I think that's cool. I didn't realize that was part of like the admission.
It always had been, but we never really advertised it. It was always, we never had a time limit, and we always told people they could come back if they asked. But we have put it on our website now and started telling people when they came in too, or come in. Yeah, so
that's awesome. Okay, but then there's situations when you actually can leave your kid and go do something else. Yes. It's not often, but it's camps, right? So tell me about your camps.
Well, summer camps are huge. We have them every week of summer, and we really try to customize it for every parent. So we have 1 day drop-offs. You can register for the whole week. You can do half a day in the morning, half a day in the afternoon. You can stay all day, and that has been really good for us the last few years. But this year we're also going to do winter break camps. It falls in a weird, Christmas and New Year's fall in a weird Wednesday. Not that it's weird, but it's
the
just
day of the week.
The camps are, so we'll do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, both weeks. And then spring break, we did that last year, and we'll do spring break camps again this coming year too.
So when you do that, is it like Frisco ISD 1 week only, or do you spread that camp out over a few weeks?
For the spring break and the winter break, we follow the Frisco ISD schedule. Yes.
Okay.
And with the summer too, but we do it all summer.
How early can you book those things?
Well, winter break camps will be up hopefully in the next week or two. Because we really want to, we're advertising with different people too, and we want to start getting that out with them. So I'm working on that this week.
How early does the summer usually show up to register? I'm a planner mom, so I always am like, me and the other moms start texting and sharing ideas pretty early for What are we going to do with these kids all summer?
I know summer will be up by March this year.
Perfect.
Last year I dropped the ball big time. This year we've grown so much in the last 3 years. Like I finally just was like, now I have people in place. It's been a blessing to be able to kind of like start delegating, which I was really bad at when we first opened.
The life of an entrepreneur.
Right.
You got to do it all yourself.
Right.
At first, and then it's hard to let go of some of those things, right?
Oh my gosh.
But now you feel like you're in a place where you've got the help that you need to get some of those things done, and you're not behind the ball, I bet. Like that example.
And we know, like, okay, now, and you know, Rick and I opened this, we thought we knew what we were doing, but we had never owned a business before. It's just him and I. We're not a franchise, so we're like, okay, this is how the year goes. And now we really know, okay, start planning for this now, summer camps in March, and, you know, holiday parties. We started advertising in October, and we figured it out finally.
And can predict trends and ups and downs and the planning. That's probably huge because the first year you're operating day to day to figure it out, right, still.
Right.
But then you realize, the summer camp, it's here, and we didn't get it planned early enough. We didn't do it. You know?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, you're getting there. So that you said March, that's exactly. The younger my kids were, the earlier I start figuring out their summer. Mm-hmm. The older they have gotten, I'm winging it a little more.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Like we'd start talking way before school was out when Chase was younger, and now it's kind of like, oh, well, we'll figure out. Oh, he wants to go to the field house. Okay, we'll do that. You know, it's always
right. The older they get, you know, the independence of being able to actually ask them, and then when they're old enough to be lazy a little and stay home, it's like, okay, you know, that's good for kids. I think that's good for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
To have some downtime at home and not always have something planned out.
Right.
It's like the old back in the day summers of just go outside and find something to do.
Yeah.
So I bet you and your husband have learned a lot over the 3.5 years. What advice do you have when people come up to you and say, I'm admiring what you did, but it's scary. What do you say to those people?
Well, and we have had a couple people that have moved out of the area and said, oh, we're thinking of doing this. And I have reached out to them again. It doesn't matter how much research you do or how planned you think you are, it's never going to be what you think it is. And that was hard for my husband. He's like, that didn't do, you know, none of this is happening like you had on the spreadsheets or, you know, all your projections. This is not what we thought was going to happen. But, you know, we've been open for 3 years now, and we have seen the increase each year, and we just had to really sit back and say, okay, and, you know, change things. Mm-hmm. We changed a lot of things that, like even when I was just talking about how I dropped the ball on summer camps last year, I actually thought I'm not going to do summer camps this year and focus on the cafe because we're a cafe. And then I really looked back at what we did in summer camps the year previously, and I was like, that is a huge mistake. And moms were asking, why aren't you doing summer camps? Or we want to be here for the summer. Or our kid loved it last year when we were here. So it really has been a journey of, okay, and lots of prayer and, you know, just, is this the right thing? And going with my gut and just saying, okay, there's a reason. And I don't know if I've ever shared with you, and I know I haven't shared with anybody that's listening, that we came to Frisco with this idea and we couldn't find any place. And we had a spot in McKinney that we were so excited about. And then we signed the lease, and then the landlord changed his mind. Oh. So then we gave up, and we were like, we're not going to do this. And I'm a realtor. That's what I did for 15 years in San Diego. And I was just going to go back to real estate. And then Rick found this spot that we're in now, off Hillcrest and Rollator. Rollator?
I say Rollator.
Rollator, that's it. And so I felt, and I still feel like it was meant to be. Like that was the plan all along. God put us here for a reason, and we were like, okay. And now whenever I think of that, I always keep thinking, keep going. Like, don't give up. And not that we need to give up because our business isn't successful. Don't give up because it is so much more work than you ever think it's going to be. Yeah. And so hard. Like, you think you have an employee and things are okay and you can take a step back, and then you find out it's not the case. They were doing some, you know, you always have to be on. Yeah. You always have to be on. You always have to be thinking what's next. You always have to project. I mean, it's just it really is nonstop. And it has been hard for Rick, like I said, just to kind of see, like he worries about me working so much, but we just actually had this conversation like not even a month ago where I was like, but I really can't imagine doing anything else. Like if I were to not ever have opened Jungle Joe's, what would I be doing now? And this is what I love. Like I do. I love it a lot. So that was a really long answer.
You can tell. No, it's perfect. I love it. You can tell you love it a lot because it's you're living it. You know,
Yes.
You're there. Are you turning on the lights every day? Are you the one? Okay.
No, I'm not. No,
I'm there every day, and you're invested in the menu, and
Right.
you know, you're listening to your customers tell you things about, you know, summer camp. You need to be here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you have an inner circle of people? Maybe it's just you, maybe it's your husband and you, that you can bounce those ideas off of. So when you say, I'm not going to have the summer camp, and then you realize, wait, I should, is that all just your inner monologue, or do you have a council of people that help you?
I don't. I do, but I don't. Like I have people that I throw things at. My best friend, I talk to her a lot. She's a businesswoman. And I am always like, oh gosh, this, you know, am I doing this or whatever? But for the most part, and that was very hard because in real estate, you have people that you collaborate with or like, hey, I have this buyer or I'm going to list this house. What should I, you know, what do you think about these comps or whatever? But with this, I was on my own. And I really honestly thought I would have I didn't realize the employee turnover that we would have. And I did recently just lose a manager. So to answer, I'm not there every day, and I wasn't there that much when I had the manager. But then I started to see I need to be there, not there so much physically, just kind of overseeing everything a little bit more. Yeah.
So staffing sounds like
the biggest,
one of the biggest challenges.
The biggest, yeah. And anybody that has to hire people will see that. And we had a brokerage where I had other agents that worked for us, but it wasn't. And nowadays, like I feel like you have a conversation with employee and you're just kind of saying, hey, you know, how can I help you, you know, get to here because this is what, you know, what we expect or whatever. And it's not just oh, okay, let me try to do it. It's, I'm not doing this anymore, you know, a lot of times. And it's not even it's just a conversation. And a lot of times they're just like, this is not what I want to do.
It sounds away. Like that staffing, you know, issue or challenge, it isn't even related to the business that you're trying to run specifically. It's, you know, it's not about the actual business model. It's just the people.
Yeah.
Getting the right person in that will be there in the long haul is a lot harder than it sounds, huh? It's
so hard. But like I said, Jen has been with me for 3 years. She is my go-to person. I do run a lot of things off her. She runs the kitchen. She is absolutely in charge there. I let her do her own thing.
That's awesome. You have that. Yeah.
Yeah. And other people have cycled in and out, but she has been with me for a while. And now I do have somebody, Sharon, that will run the kitchen on the weekends. So like I said, I don't have to be there every day, but I do have.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you get to actually like leave town and
I do.
Be gone?
Yeah. With those two, I'm able to, like, we all kind of like say, okay, this is our schedule. I won't be here. Or if they're off, like if Sharon can't work a weekend, then I know that I'll have to go in and kind of help out. And then I do have to say I have a high school student who's been with me over a year who can now run the kitchen.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Her name is Maya. She's awesome.
That's great.
And she has been a huge, I've seen her grow so much. So that's what I mean, like, I sound like it's all negative with employees. It's really not. Like, I have good ones. It's just the amount of turnover was surprising.
Yeah,
really
and that
surprising.
takes a lot of energy and emotional energy to keep up with having the staff you need.
Right.
I bet, right?
Right. Yeah.
So now you can, you know, take off and vacation. I bet that's different from your first year.
Yeah.
Your first year, were you just 24/7
every day?
Joe's?
Every day.
Yeah.
And I was so tired. And I think that's kind of, Rick saw that and he was like, oh my gosh, like, but my other good friend that used to live in Round Rock moved to Boise, Idaho, and I'm going to go stay with her in November for my birthday. And so, yes, I do. I'm able to travel. And Rick and I have been taking Sundays off with our son, and we've gone to Tyler State Park, and then we just went to the Pilot Point State Park. Since we lived here, I've never really seen this part of Texas.
You haven't had a chance.
Right. And that's what I'm starting to see. I'm like, wow, it's beautiful. It's like beautiful parts of Texas over here. I'm just so in Frisco all the time.
Yeah,
But-
well, as a business owner, that's one of the commitments.
Yes.
Is that you're there. But I love that you're not not far away from it, but you're 3.5 years in. You have the ability now to go and enjoy your personal time.
Yes.
And have the staff around you that can support that for
Yeah.
you. So
Spend time with my son.
Yes.
He's 11 now, so
Yes.
that's good. Yeah.
yeah, he probably put in some, sacrifices himself to wait this out. And now I'm glad you guys get to go enjoy your family
Yeah,
time.
it's great. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for jumping in here with us. I know you're busy. I know you're in the cafe all the time and keep coming up with new things for Jungle Joe's for everybody to enjoy. So I appreciate you coming in and giving us the update.
Thank you. Y'all are awesome. I've really enjoyed being, knowing all of you guys at Lifestyle Frisco. So
Yeah,
thank
we
you
go
so
way
much.
back, right? To the
Yeah.
beginning of, I don't know. I feel like we've had a relationship with you from the beginning.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been
Love it.
together since the beginning.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
we love supporting you and sending people your way because we love your concept and you guys as owners. So thank you so much.
Thank you.